Guys, if you're tired of the same old storylines like I am, it's time for DC to take a risk. The Elseworld universe is a hidden treasure trove, full of insane, no-holds-barred stories without age restrictions. I'm going to introduce you to 10 characters whose movies, if made, could become the biggest standalone films in comic book history. If you want to know which one, you have to stick around till the end to see which character can set the box office on fire with just one standalone movie. Ten. The Question. Our first character is The Question. He's a detective, but not like Batman. He's a completely paranoid, faceless personality. The potential for his film lies in a deep neo-noir political thriller that reminds you of cool movies like Zodiac or Seven, but with a DC twist. Because we have complete freedom in the Elseworld universe, we can see the deepest conspiracy theories unfold without censorship. The Questions film can prove that DC can make a psychological thriller without a superhero. This character can uncover governmental corruption and cosmic secrets that even Batman doesn't know about. It's a dark, philosophical story that forces the audience to ask questions until the end. But here's a big question. If The Question is that dangerous, why did DC never dare to make his movie? You'll find out the answer when you see the next character, because he's a born killer who can change all of DC history. 9. Lobo. Number 9 on our list is Lobo, the biggest bounty hunter in the galaxy. The ruthless Lobo needs an Elseworld film, because only there can his absolute violence and dark comedy be shown. A Lobo film could be a dark, space-based, R-rated comedy, something like Guardians of the Galaxy, but 100 times more violent and rude. The story could be about Lobo's mission to hunt down a divine entity that only an agent of chaos like him can find. This character has the potential to be a space western that mocks the rules and cares about absolutely nothing. The immortal Lobo respects no one, not even Superman, and only Elseworld can give us that kind of freedom. 8. New Gods. Our 8th choice isn't a single character, but a cosmic race, the New Gods. This massive world, the masterpiece of Jack Kirby, has the immense potential to create a spatial and mythological epic. The main storyline revolves around the eternal war between two planets, the Dark Apocalypse, ruled by Darkseid, and the luminous New Genesis. This is entirely a cosmic story, a massive space opera that literally showcases good versus evil on a divine scale. The film should focus on the visual beauty and unique designs of Kirby, something we haven't seen on screen before. We can see the philosophical depth of characters like Highfather and the absolute ruthlessness of Darkseid in a profound film. Making New Gods in the main universe is high risk, but in Elseworld, it can be a standalone film with a cosmic Game of Thrones theme. These stories not only define Superman, but also specify all the cosmic rules of DC. We need an epic film that proves how different DC's gods are from Marvel's. This massive mythical potential must hit the cinema before any other character to showcase the glory of the gods. 7. Batman Beyond. Character number 7, Batman Beyond, is a cinematic dream for fans. This story transforms Batman from a gothic detective into a cyberpunk neo-Gotham hero. The main focus is on Terry McGinnis, the young successor to Batman, and his complex relationship with an aged Bruce Wayne. The film has the potential to be an R-rated sci-fi thriller with fast action and high-tech aerial pursuits. The storyline should revolve around the question, will Bruce Wayne allow Terry to repeat his past mistakes? We could see the deep corporate corruption of the future, especially the Joker's Return project, on a cinematic scale. Batman Beyond is the best way to respect the classic Batman legacy while presenting a completely fresh story. This film shows that the symbol of Batman is not a person, but an idea that transcends time. A great story to explore Bruce Wayne's absolute loneliness and his quest to find redemption in his final years. This massive potential requires a dark standalone film to prove that the Batman legacy never dies. 6. Legion of Superheroes. Character number 6 is a large and ambitious team, the Legion of Superheroes. The potential for this team's film is in traveling to the 31st century and showcasing a galaxy full of teenage heroes. This is entirely a story about hope and the legacy of Superman in DC's distant future. The film can focus on the confrontation of these teenagers with big threats and galactic politics. The Legion storyline should have an epic scale, featuring over 20 heroes with strange and powerful abilities. With this team, we can see the entire DC cosmic universe in a distant future without limitations. This story shows how the inspiration from one hero, Superman, can build an empire over 1,000 years. The Legion is a golden opportunity to make an adult-oriented mutant school in space film. Because of the large team and the temporal complexities, this film is only feasible within the Elseworld format and should be DC's biggest film. Number 5. The Spectre. Our fifth character isn't a hero, but the very embodiment of divine vengeance, the Spectre. This character is one of DC's most powerful and terrifying cosmic beings. The Spectre has the best potential to create a psychological and supernatural horror film. The story could focus on the dead detective named Jim Corrigan, who is forced to unleash the wrath of God on Earth. The film should use surreal visuals to show the Spectre's horrific and uncontrollable punishments. We could see the philosophical depth of justice, sin, and redemption on a scale no superhero film has ever attempted. This is entirely an adult story, where justice is executed in a completely ruthless and bloody manner. The Spectre is designed to fight magical beings and demons, meaning a completely new world for DC cinema. Making a Spectre film in the Elseworld universe allows DC to create a cosmic horror masterpiece. Number 4. Zatanna. Our fourth character is one of DC's great magicians, Zatanna. Zatanna needs a standalone film to show the dark and mystical side of the DC universe. Her film has the potential to be an action horror with a magical neo-noir theme that we haven't seen before. The story could be about Zatanna's conflict between her job as a famous stage magician and her duty as a true sorceress. The focus should be on creative magical battles. She speaks her words backwards, and that's a cool visual element. Through Zatanna, we can enter the world of demons, devils, and secret cults operating beneath the cities. This film should have a high age rating to show the true horror and power of magic without censorship. A deep story for Zatanna could be about the tragedy of her family and the heavy price of using magic. Zatanna is the only character who can mix the horror film world with superheroes and create a new genre.
Number 3. Justice League Dark. Number 3 on our list is an incredibly terrifying and different team, Justice League Dark. This team is composed of characters like John Constantine, Zatanna, and Swamp Thing. Justice League Dark has the best potential to make an R-rated group horror film in the style of The Exorcist. They fight threats like demons, black magic, and supernatural entities that threaten the entire world. This story allows DC to show its occult and mystical side without any limitations. The film can focus on the fact that these heroes are usually broken and bitter anti-heroes. We can see a final battle that is won not with fists, but with magic and heavy sacrifices. The combination of characters, each corrupted by magic in some way, creates an unmatched dramatic dynamic. Because their stories are so dark and violent, only in the Elseworld format can this become a cinematic masterpiece. Number 2. Plastic Man. The second entry on our list is probably the strangest and most endearing choice here, Plastic Man. A Plastic Man film should be an absolute comedy, full of mischief and completely out of the box, mocking the laws of physics. His story could be an adult-oriented crime comedy, focusing on his past as a petty criminal named Eel O'Brien. His power of unlimited shapeshifting has the potential for insane visual effects and unforgettable comedic moments. This is a great Elseworld story because it can mock the superhero genre with a crude and carefree tone. We can see his emotional depth, someone who, despite his powers, is always struggling with the sins of his past. A Plastic Man film should break the boundaries between animation and live action and constantly demolish the fourth wall. This character proves that even the most ridiculous powers can make a deep, heartfelt film. 1. Dr. Fate. And we arrive at character number 1, the most important option that should be made into a film right now. Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate is DC's most powerful sorcerer, tasked with preserving cosmic order with the magical helmet of Naboo. The potential for his film lies in a magical epic, similar to Marvel's Doctor Strange, but with DC's deeper, more terrifying philosophical edge. The film should focus on Kent Nelson's internal battle to preserve his humanity against the divine will of the helmet. This story allows DC to create pure horror, using Lovecraftian themes and ancient cosmic entities. We can see visually spectacular magical battles combined with ancient spells and travel to other dimensions. Dr. Fate needs to be a standalone, adult-oriented film to properly showcase the power and responsibility of a divine hero. This character carries a great tragedy, losing human identity to protect the universe. A Dr. Fate film can focus entirely on the grandeur of DC's magical world without needing Batman or Superman. Dr. Fate has the best potential to create a mystical and epic masterpiece that completely changes the superhero genre. Well guys, we've reached the end of this exciting journey. The list of 10 characters we introduced proves that DC doesn't need to repeat Batman and Superman stories to create a masterpiece. The potential to make New Gods and Dr. Fate films in the Elseworld universe could turn the film industry upside down and give us stories we never expected. Also, what do you think? Which one of these 10 characters should get the first DC Elseworld film? Write it for me in the comments. Until another video.